So someone asked me in the comments how I balance everything with music production, YouTube, my day job and family. And this video will give you the ultimate secret to how you balance everything like this perfectly. Joking aside, I think this is a universal problem and it doesn't really have an easy answer. And honestly, this is something I really struggle a lot with. I have a few important points about how I approach this, let's say, problem. And hopefully it can help you organize your thoughts around everything you should do if you sort of do the same as I do. The first thing that is really important is that you just have to get an overview over your entire life. Either write down what you actually do in one day or just have a mental note of that in your head. And then I like to prioritize this into two main categories. And the first category is what's most important for my life. For me, that is my family, my wife, my kids. Then it's my day job, doing the best work I can do at my day job to my employer, basically deliver what they are paying me for on time, and if I can't deliver it on time, let them know. Basically do a good job. And then we have things you have to do around the house or where you live. For example, just basic stuff like chores, keeping the place tidy, keep it clean, do the laundry, you know, all of that stuff. Also, you might have to do some maintenance around the house. I know it doesn't look that way on me. Workouts, going for walks, that's something I try to fit in as well. I should do it more, of course, but yeah, stuff like that, that is top on the priority list. That you need to keep your family running practically, but also mentally. In addition to that, if you have decided to put kids in the world, you have a responsibility to take care of that as well. And after that, you need to sort of guesstimate how much time this is going to take. For me, it depends a little bit. My kids, they are getting a little older. My oldest one is 18 and my youngest ones are 15. But let's say you do these things from 7 in the morning to something like 6 or 8 in the evening. And then you have to make sure you have been able to do all of these things in that time frame before you can allow yourself to spend time on other stuff. At least I try to. Then we need to look at things you want to do. And that can be a lot of things. That can be, watching a lot of episodes on Netflix. It can be gaming. It can be working on your side gig, which I am doing, and perhaps hobbies. Or, just not doing anything, just scrolling mindless on social media or something like that, just spacing out. Here is where you want to prioritize your remaining time. And this is where I personally struggle a lot, actually, because I want to do all of these things. I want to see the next episode. I want to play the occasional game. I want to produce music. I want to make YouTube videos like this and make social media content for my music. Yeah, a lot of other stuff as well. I want to perhaps improve my home, replace stuff other than the regular maintenance. You know what I'm getting at? If you're trying to sort of fit this into a 3-4 hour time slot in the evenings, you won't be able to do everything. And after working a normal day job, your energy levels are probably pretty low as well. And here is where we have to decide and prioritize what is most important. A day have 24 hours, and if you want to do everything, you will quickly realize that you won't have enough hours for everything. Family and my day job, those hours are pretty much set for me. It's like from 7 in the morning to at least 6 in the evening. That's hours that I am spending on that. But when I'm going to do the other stuff, this is where I struggle. So let's say I spend an hour watching Netflix, the latest episode of something. The problem I had was that I couldn't really enjoy what I was doing, watching an episode or playing the game. It's almost like it stressed me because I felt I had to really actually do something else instead. I should perhaps write my next YouTube script or do something else creatively to push my own brand, if you will, forward. As I sort of realize this is really a mindset problem. But I think I have solved that problem. And for me, since I'm not reliant on the income from anything of this. It's nice, of course. Also, of course, it's nice if you want to sort of build up something, but I can focus on other stuff that I enjoy doing. And I have an example here. I used to produce music and upload it to stock music libraries, and this was something I did in the evenings and in the weekends, and it took a lot of time. It took especially not only producing the music, but also this sort of administrative task with it, with making different versions of the music, tagging the music with hashtags, and writing descriptions, and all of that administrative stuff. And I did that for too long time with basically nothing in return. I stopped doing it. I pivoted into just creating music for myself instead, focusing on my BJOKIB project, promoting my music, and I noticed that so much more fun doing that comparing to that stock music thing. People resonate with some of the music I put out. I feel it's just exciting to see how people will respond to my next track. So if you have limited time, I think it's important to sort of find out what you really want to do and try to focus on that. But again, the thought of perhaps losing my job at some point, it lingers behind in my head. So I'm saying that I'm focusing on having fun with what I do, but it's also over time I have to push my projects and growth forward in some kind of way. But it doesn't matter if it takes a little longer time, as long as I see the trend moving in the right direction. And that's also why I talk about different topics on this YouTube channel, for example, and not only talk about, let's say, Apple stuff or other things, just focusing on one thing. So if I had to, for example, rely on this for my survival and income, I would probably have another mindset and focus more on stuff that actually pays the bills. For example, just focusing on one thing on this YouTube channel, and music-wise, maybe focusing on what pays the bills, maybe going into sync licensing. But then I obviously would have more time to do what needs to be done. So when I go and watch the next episode or play the latest game or something, I allow myself to have some fun with that without having a bad conscience because I'm not doing things I am supposed to do. Because I know that in the long run, if I'm focusing on stuff that will move myself forward, that's fine. Maybe not go that fast. But I mean, imagine if you're already successful, what are you supposed to do then? Can you imagine yourself doing what you're doing now? And if the answer is yes there, I think you're on the right path. But again, this has to align with your own goals and your own desires. So when you have a limited set of hours, this is where systems get important. This video, for example, it's going to be released, I think, in a week or two after I'm actually recording the video, because that is how I have planned it. So reading up on how you can batch your work and at least have some sort of plan on what you're doing could be nice. Not saying that you should plan every minute of what you're supposed to do in those 3-4 hours after you have been working, but just have a basic overview of how you should spend each day might prove to be useful. You might even have to plan your gaming sessions and plan your Netflix sessions, but there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion. But my main takeaway here is that you need to find out what you truly want to do, what really makes you happy, other than your family and all of that, of course. And it's probably more than you have time for. So you need to deprioritize less important stuff or cut them out completely. I know that's really hard. I mean, I have a list of series I want to watch, a long backlog of games I want to play. But I mean, I can do that on a later time. I can focus on other stuff for the time being. But yeah, that's sort of my mindset around how I fit everything into my schedule. It can always be tweaked. It's not perfect, even now when I'm recording this video, but I think I'm on the right track at least. So let me know with a comment if you think this content is useful, or maybe a thumbs up. If you want to support what I do, you can do that on my sort of own homemade Patreon site on the link below, or use some of my affiliate links to Amazon if you need something there. And yeah, that's all for today. Take care, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.